Here she was attacked by British carrier aircraft. They too failed to hit her. Hitler's reaction was to send more aircraft to Norway. The growth of German naval and air strength in Norway meant that the chances of the convoys reaching Russia unscathed were diminishing. As spring approached in 1942, the Arctic was bathed in perpetual daylight. The Russian convoys lost their cover of darkness. This, and the growing strength of the German forces in Norway, resulted in more damage to the British ships. Even worse, slow-melting ice forced convoys to stick close to the Norwegian coast. And the Soviet Union was once more under pressure. The Germans had launched a major offensive in southern Russia designed to overrun the Caucasus and its vital oil fields. Churchill was adamant that the Russian convoys continue. Convoy PQ17 sailed the same night Churchill made this announcement. It lost 6 ships before reaching Murmansk. Next to sail was PQ17. Like the previous convoys, its ships gathered near Iceland. In all, it contained 35 merchant vessels, 22 American, 8 British, 2 Russian, 2 Panamanian, and 1 Dutch. The convoy's cargo included nearly 300 aircraft, 600 tanks, 3,000 trucks and trailers. To date, it was by far the largest of the convoys bound for Russia. PQ-17's escort was 6 destroyers and a number of smaller warships. But aware of the threat in Norway, the British Admiralty arranged for forces to sail ahead of the convoy. This included the British cruiser London, the American cruiser Wichita, and British cruiser Norfolk. A second American cruiser, Tuscaloosa, and 3 U.S. destroyers. To counter the specific threat of the Tirpitz, part of the British home fleet also went to sea. The battleships HMS Duke of York and USS Washington were to steam 200 miles behind the convoy and be prepared to draw the Tirpitz away and attack her. They were accompanied by the aircraft carrier HMS Victorious, 2 cruisers, and 14 destroyers. On June 27, 1942, Convoy PQ-17 set sail from Iceland. Hollywood star Douglas Fairbanks, Jr. was serving on the cruiser Wichita. He described the merchantman, waddling out to sea like so many dirty ducks. Everyone who was watching paid a silent tribute and offered some half-thought prayer. But prayers were not enough. As the convoy headed north toward the midnight sun of the Arctic, U-boats were on patrol. One of these spotted the merchant ships as they reached open water. Shadowed by the U-boats, the convoy now ran into heavy ice, which damaged a number of the ships. One was forced to return to Iceland. Another ran aground. 33 merchantmen remained to sail on to Russia. On July 1st, a German reconnaissance aircraft spotted the convoy. Attacks from the air and by U-boats could now be expected as the convoy continued to steam north. And there was the ever-present fear that the mighty Tirpitz might suddenly appear on the horizon. Fog came to the rescue of Russian convoy PQ17, protecting it from German attack for a day. But on July 2nd, 1942, the fog lifted. The inevitable German reconnaissance plane appeared over the convoy. Early that evening, the convoy was attacked by torpedo aircraft. Anti-aircraft fire shot down 2 planes and stopped the attack. The next day, the convoy again avoided attack. But on July 4th, the picture began to change. U-boats moved in and sank 2 Liberty ships. The escorts managed to ward them off, and convoy PQ17 sailed on. But back in London, the First Sea Lord, Admiral Sir Dudley Pound, exhausted by the 3 years of war as head of the Royal Navy, received disturbing news. It came from Norwegian agents monitoring the Tirpitz. The battleship had reportedly weighed anchor the previous day, the 3rd of July. To Pound,